Hey, so this is a new playtest video for the Quiet Sleep. This should be pretty close to what you play when if you purchase it. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start by looking at this goal over here. It says to wake up and it needs energy. Now all we have here is this will mine. So we're going to look into this trait right here to see about getting some energy. Now this is the adulthood trait, and you missed the time before this trait. So here you can see we can build an energy spring that will make the energy that we can use for this. So we're just going to go ahead, put one down right here, and hook it up. So we're constructing an energy spring, and it takes will to start something new. So we're just going to make sure it gets some will from this will mine that we put down. And so we're building a train of thought. It has to collect the will from the will mine, and it starts at the self. So we just set it up like that. Then I'm going to unpause the game with space. You can also do it with these buttons here. And there we go. So now I've paused the game again because now our energy spring is complete. So now we can wake up and get this energy by connecting a train of thought to this energy spring and then to the self. Meanwhile, our will mine isn't doing anything. So we're just going to make a second will mine, and I think we'll do it right here. Seems good. We'll just hook those up. And there we go. Alright, so we've completed our goal to wake up, right? We've taken energy from the energy spring. We've used it to wake up. So let's see what we've unlocked as a result. We've unlocked a new goal and a new tower. So let's take a look at the goal first. So our goal now is to unpack, which requires 2 chores. Right now, all we have are these 2 things that get will and this one that gets energy. So let's look and see how we can get some chores. As you saw, there's a new button in this trait, and it's right here. It's a tower that will take energy and convert it into chores. So we'll just put one of these down around here, and since we have the will to spare, we'll put down another energy spring right here. And we've hooked these up like so, and now we'll just wait for things to build. Meanwhile, you can see our energy spring is building up energy since we have nothing to do with it. But now that our chore tower is complete, we can start a new train of thought where we need chores. So we'll go to this do chores tower. We need energy to do the chores, so now we connect it to the energy spring, and then we don't need anything else, so we'll just connect it to the self and we'll let that run. Meanwhile, all of our other towers are building up. So there we go. We've completed unpacking. Right? We took the energy, converted it into chores, and used those to unpack. So now we have 2 new goals: to read a letter from home and to explore the city. And we also have a new tower that lets us paint. So let's take a look at the goals first again. So reading a letter from home, it'll make sadness due to missing home, and it'll take 3 will. And the other one is to explore the city, which just takes energy and doesn't make anything. So now, as you can see, this makes sadness, and right now we don't have anything in place to help us handle that sadness. But we did get a new tower that lets us paint. Right? This takes energy and it damages the emotions, so it helps us handle them. So we'll just put one of these down for now, and this requires energy, as you can see. So we'll just hook that up like so, and we'll start exploring the city, which also requires energy. So we'll hook that up there. This requires will, and we have the will to spare, but it'll also make the sadness that we're not prepared to deal with yet. So we're just going to let that one lie for a little bit right now. Meanwhile, this is almost complete, and that is complete. So we finished exploring the city, which has given us this new trait, which is the city. It's new to you and not yet home. Okay, so over here we have 2 new towers, one that lets us travel and the other that lets us walk. And we have two new goals. We can become a cleaner or we can become a cabbie. So both of these require travel, so we're just going to put down a travel tower for right now and defer that decision. Now the question of where to put it down is a little tricky because we also want to put down these walk towers which will damage emotions. So we want to put those down where they can handle the most emotion. So maybe here and here. So I think we'll put the travel tower down here where it's still close to where we get our energy, but it leaves these prime spots for walking. So now we'll hook that up. That's one of our will. Now both of our energy mines are free, so we'll build another paint tower here just to improve our defenses a little bit more. And we'll finally hook this up. So we'll read this letter from home and see where that gets us. And now we're using everything except this one energy that we can't really use. Oh, see, look at that. So what happened is we started reading this, and this created a new trait right here, which is missing home, created by reading a letter from home. So we can build on the sadness. We can make a pain mine, or we could empathize, which will generate sympathy. But right now we don't need either of those, so we'll just let that lie. Now you can see these things have come up automatically, right? And they make sadness, which is right here, and it's trying to get to ourself and make us sad. But our paint tower here should be able to handle that. Meanwhile, we also completed reading this letter from home. You still miss home, but you're here now and you have work to do. So what this has done is this has unlocked yet another trait, the homeland. Takes more than moving to break these ties. And from this trait of our homeland, from our upbringing essentially, we get a work ethic and thoughts of home, which make industry and energy respectively. So we've got some free will. So I think we'll make one energy thing right here. However, over here we also have these goals that we haven't done yet. So I think I'm going to put down the cabbie goal. We'll be a cabbie this game, and we'll just start that up. Meanwhile, you see the painting took care of that, but now we've lost charges on this. So we're just going to recharge our painting with energy. And now that this is complete, we'll build a work ethic, so that we'll be able to work when we need to. See, so that's completely recharged. It's as good as new. And now we can become a cabbie. No one likes foreigners, but some people will employ them. And this makes anger due to casual racism. And it requires travel. So once again, we just start a new train of thought. We go to the travel. Traveling requires energy. And that's it. So we'll just set that up like that. Meanwhile, our second paint tower is almost complete. And we have some free will, so we'll build a second energy thing right here. As you can see, this anger has started coming up right here. So we can use our anger to make frustration and convert that frustration to energy. But we actually do have a lot of energy right now. In fact, we have such a surplus. I'm going to put down another tower right here to help us deal with all these emotions. Meanwhile, we're still completing this and preparing to get a job. So now that we've become a cabbie, we have two new things. One is a tower that we can use to drive, and the other is the goal of a work shift. So we're just going to place both of those down. Let's see here. I think I want this right here, close to that travel tower. And we'll put down a work shift right... We'll put this down right here for now, because that's a little out of the way, and that leaves us building space. Meanwhile, we'll actually build a second walk tower just because we have so much energy. I think I'll do it right here. I think that'll be faster. And we'll also recharge this tower while we're waiting. So we have this goal ready, and this requires work, but to work we'll need that to complete. So now that that's done, we want to work. Working requires travel and industry. So we'll get the travel. Traveling requires energy, so now we need industry and energy. and we can pick up both of those right here. Yeah, like so. Okay, and that was the first chapter. So stick around for the second one.